Good afternoon, and welcome to the Jamestown High School 2023 commencement ceremony. Please remain standing for the next few moments as Reese Granger, President of the Class of 2023, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Reese. Additionally, thank you, Mr. Turner and the Eagle Band, for the performance of Pomp and Circumstance for our processional. Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to our families, friends, colleagues, graduating seniors, distinguished members of the Williamsburg-James City County Board, distinguished members of the James City County Board of Supervisors, Superintendent Dr. Olwyn Herron, members of the Superintendent's leadership team, Jamestown High School faculty, staff, and other invited guests. We are excited by your presence to honor the class of 2023. My name is Howard Townsend, and it is my privilege and honor to serve as principal of Jamestown High School. On behalf of our dedicated faculty and staff, I welcome you to this wonderful celebration of the class of 2023. Congratulations, seniors. The faculty and staff of Jamestown High School are proud of you and your accomplishments. During your tenure at Jamestown, you have won various state, regional, and national awards. The class of 2023 has amassed over $8 million in scholarships and awards. We have 5 WJCC Honor Program graduates and 9 National Merit Commended students. Additionally, our seniors have set the stage for future success at either 2- to 4-year college and universities, technical school, work, or service in the military. I would like to take the time to thank our parents and families for your partnership. Your support enables our school community to thrive and facilitate a culture that promotes excellence. Congratulations for being a positive influence in your child's life in bringing them to this special day. At this time, I would like to introduce the platform guests. I will ask each guest to stand when recognized and remain standing until all guests are introduced. Dr. Olwyn Herron, WJCC Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Greg Dowell Jr., WJCC School Board Chair. Mrs. Sarah Ortego, WJCC School Board Vice Chair. Dr. James Beers, WJCC School Board Parliamentarian. Ms. Andrea Donner, WJCC School Board Member. Ms. Julie Hummel, WJCC School Board Member. Mrs. Kimberly Hundley, WJCC School Board Member. Ms. Sandra Young, a WJCC School Board Member. Dr. Catherine Worley, Assistant Superintendent. The Honorable Amanda Batten, Virginia House of Delegates, 96th District. Ms. Ruth Larson, JCC Board of Supervisors, Vice Chair. Mr. John McGlennon, JCC Board of Supervisors, Roberts District. Our Jamestown High School Counseling Department, Ms. Kirsten Daisley, our lead counselor. Ms. Kevon Fields. Dr. Robert Hill. Ms. Chelsea Hilliard. And Ms. Lee Pottle. In my administration, Dr. Wayne Briggs, Jr., Assistant Principal. Dr. Chantel Cook, Assistant Principal. And Ms. Karen Scott, Assistant Principal. Finally, I am honored to recognize the amazing group of compassionate and professional educators, the Jamestown High School faculty and staff. Please stand and be recognized. Without your commitment, compassion, and dedication to your students and community, Jamestown would not be the exceptional place of learning that it is today. Thank you for your tireless energy, extended effort, personal sacrifice, and commitment to our school. The class of 2023 has reached this milestone in their lives because of your actions. You are deeply appreciated by everyone in our school community. Thank you. Please be seated. I find great pleasure in introducing the Jamestown High School Choir under the direction of Mr. Matthew Raypatch. Senior choir members, please make your way to the choir for one final performance. The choir will perform Flight Song by Kim Andre Arneson. Thank you, Eagle Choir. I am pleased to introduce the JHS Band under the direction of Mr. Steve Turner. Senior band students, please make your way to the band for your final performance for JHS. Please enjoy the selection, The Rust Bucket, by Carol Britton Chambers. Thank you to the Eagle Band. Tradition dictates that every year we recognize the two students who have earned the highest cumulative grade point averages during their high school tenure. I am pleased to introduce Rachel Yu as a salutatorian of the class of 2023. She is a daughter of Geksin Yu and Zaya Feng. Rachel, we wish you well as you attend the University of Virginia. Finally, we are proud of our valedictorian for the class of 2023. Gladys Smith, please stand. Gladys is the daughter of Jonathan Smith and Jing Shen. Gladys will attend the University of Pennsylvania in the fall. Gladys and Rachel, we commend your academic pursuit, your many accomplishments, your leadership, your example, and your commitment to the highest standard of learning and academic integrity. Thank you. We would like to recognize 5 students whose notable academic achievement resulted in earning the prestigious honors seal on their diplomas. To achieve this designation, these students completed diverse advanced placement courses with distinguished achievement on the accompanying College Board examinations, a focused foreign language study, significant community service, and an independent honors project. Scholars, as I call your name, please stand to be recognized for your exceptional work. Sebastian Cordero Muñez. Sebastian investigated the systemic barriers faced by non-English speaking patients in the United States healthcare system, then composed an undergraduate level research paper on the topic. David Degeroff. David researched, transcribed, and recorded selections of Baroque music for the fife and drums, as well as organized a database of hundreds of similar selections for future use of the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation. Kendall Kinsman. Kendall created a folio of research-based lesson plans and supplements for teaching adults with special needs about various environmental concepts and pollutants, which she then delivered during classroom instruction. Madison Lilly. Madison researched neurological and otherwise medical impacts that music has on pain maintenance, then composed both a research essay on the topic and an original medley, which she also recorded based upon her findings. Gladys Smith. Gladys accomplished in-depth and difficult research on the clandestine ethnic cleansing of Uyghur Muslims in the Chinese Communist Party, including its historical underpinnings, resulting in a 25-page plus research essay. Thank you. Each year, a committee of faculty members and students review applications from our senior class to select speakers for our commencement ceremony. Please welcome our first student speaker, Catherine Miller. Catherine will address the senior class and the community this evening with her speech entitled, One Heartbeat, One Jamily.
3 years ago, I showed up to Williamsburg as a new kid. At my first Jamestown assembly, I learned that one person clapping does not make too big of a difference, but the gymnasium rumbles and the foundation shakes from clapping hands and stomping feet when we work together. Mr. Townsend, could you lead the Jamestown class of 2023 in Heartbeat one last time?
I think we could do that.
Heartbeat! Heartbeat! Heartbeat!
Thank you. 3 years ago, raised as an Army brat, the transient lifestyle associated with the military has moved my family and me to 10 states, and Jamestown is my 8th school. With each move, on the very first day, I find myself in a new lunchroom. I've decided, after all of these firsts, that the lunchroom is the best way to evaluate and assess a new school. On my first day at Jamestown, as I walked into the cafeteria, my eyes darted from table to table as I looked for somebody to sit with. I was eager to find a friend, or even just to receive an invitation to sit at someone's table. When I saw Zach Daniels' friendly smile, he offered me a place to sit. Zach's affable personality and outgoing spirit helped to make Jamestown feel like home. Each day, as I started to connect with more students, Jamestown began to feel like home. I was thrilled to be a Jamestown Eagle. Overall, Jamestown taught me much more than I could possibly begin to talk about in this speech. So I've elected to share the most important thing, the value of community and teamwork. As a Jamestown family, or Jamily, as my soccer teammates would say, we challenged each other, supported each other, and cared for each other. Sometimes we failed together, laughed together, studied together, cheered together, wore goggles and floaties in public together, volunteered together, and today is symbolic of how we have succeeded together. At Jamestown, somewhere in our metaphorical lunchroom, there is a seat for everyone. Community exists in athletics, fine arts, academics, and everywhere in between. Working as teammates, we put on the best musical productions in the Berg. We brought home district, regional, and state championships. We started new clubs. We welcomed incoming freshmen to Jamestown. We had the best student section in Virginia, and so much more. It has been an honor to be a member of the Jamestown team, and I recognize that any success I have had as a student at Jamestown is a result of the incredible classmates, teammates, teachers, coaches, and community members who supported me. After today, in whatever we do, each of us will be the new kid. This is a topic I know a lot about, so here it goes. After graduation, wherever you go and whatever you do, my advice, find a community. Contribute to a community. Lean on members of a community. Succeed with that community. Use what we have learned about teamwork and including others to build relationships and create a place that will make a seat for anyone at the table. Working together, you will be able to accomplish much more than you would as one individual. Learn from the people around you and appreciate the unique qualities every person brings to the table. To the class of 2023, I have tremendous gratitude for the way you all welcomed me into your community, and I have great confidence in the wonderful achievements ahead. To our parents and teachers, thank you for fostering an environment where we learn to be compassionate students, friends, and teammates. I wish each of you the best as you embark on the next adventure. Congratulations.
Thank you, Catherine. Our second speaker is India Godwin. India will address the audience this evening with her speech entitled The Spring of Our Lives.
One of the oldest metaphors in human history is that life is like the cycle of seasons. Winter is categorized as a time period of hardship. Summertime is the fun where you get to let loose. Fall is where you become wise, and spring is when we are made anew. We were just little freshmen who were scared to even look near the seniors' way. Now we are the seniors who just want time to slow down. How do we even measure the time we spent here at JHS? Going from middle to high school, I promised myself to keep my head straight, meaning no more procrastination, getting decent grades, eating better, joining new clubs, and so on. I made sure to implement this in my life and developed a routine. By freshman year, first, I would get on the bus at 6:45, enter school at 7 a.m., head straight to my 4 main classes, and then leaving my last class, I would head to rehearsal, typically staying there for about 3 to 4 hours, and then go home. Next, I would do homework, study, and finally rest. This was my cycle. By then, I developed a family, a pack, a colony with our phenomenal theater team. My grades were decent, I joined a new club, and I never thought this cycle would come to a halt, but it did on Friday the 13th of March 2020. I was so used to this routine that when COVID hit, I was lost. I didn't know if I would be able to see my pack again or be able to perform. I entered my winter season. I became depressed and felt stuck. I stopped doing homework and stopped entering into Zoom meetings and began ignoring friends. This unhealthy behavior made me realize that I was unhappy, which made me feel out of character. So I decided to try something new and started learning how to play the ukulele. This allowed me to become creative by expressing how I felt during a time of adversity, but also finding out more about my interests and hobbies. 2 years went by and I was a junior. Coming back into school was a culture shock, seeing that everyone was different and finding a sense and love of themselves. I remember walking down the arts hallway again and seeing the survivors of my pack and feeling emotional, not because our pack became smaller, but because, like me, they didn't give up either. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Stone for keeping our passion for the arts alive while we were locked away. He kept us hopeful that theater would be back, and by October, our competition team won and made it to states, and I was able to find the love of performing again. And I will never forget that day that I was able to perform again without having to worry. I finally made it to my spring. I was doing better than ever, and my once lively ukulele is now covered in dust lying in the back of my closet. Poet Anne Bradstreet once said, "If we had no winter, the spring would not be so pleasant. If we did not sometimes taste of adversity, prosperity will not be so welcome." As we move on to the new chapters of our life, I want to remind you that the season will change. Winter will come back. Remember, like the Game of Thrones, winter is coming. But I want you to push through rather than staying put. By surviving any winter season, it makes us appreciate our spring.
Thank you, India. Our senior class officers will now share a few memories and present the senior gift. Please welcome again President Reese Granger, Vice President Emily Allen, Secretary Krista Stanky, and Treasurer Julia Woolston.
Good afternoon, graduating class of 2023. I'm Emily Allen, your senior class vice president. First off, I'd like to thank my family, friends, teachers, coaches, and anyone else who has supported me throughout the last 4 years. I'd like to give a special thanks to my grandma for always reminding me to be flexible through any challenge I've faced. In 2010, when I first moved to Virginia, I went to a reading with the general my father worked under, and when asked what makes constantly moving easier, I said, "You just have to be flexible." At the time, I was in gymnastics, and I was probably thinking about stretching flexible, but over time, I've realized it has a deeper meaning. In 2020, during the second semester of freshman year, our roles were completely flipped. We were forced to stay at home, attend school online, and quarantine from friends and family. Just as we were getting used to our life at Jamestown, the pandemic made us adjust to a new way of life. Our class demonstrated flexibility as we shifted to online learning. Our sophomore year was completely online, where we adapted to education on our laptops without participation in school activities. We remained flexible and finally returned back to school, masked and 6 feet apart, during our junior year. By the second semester of our junior year, we were out of mask and participating in school activities again. Finally, our senior year started as a regular class. We had lots of school activities, dances, and sports. Through all of these challenges, we found a way to adapt and be flexible. We took what we were given and made the best of our situation. In no way was it easy, but by remaining flexible, we found a way to make a normal high school experience. But it's all about how you look at it. I choose to say that our last 4 years were a major win. I'd like to pass this off to my partner in crime, Reese Granger.
I am Reese Granger, your senior class president, and the class of 2023 are winners. Seniors, as we move on to our future accomplishments in the areas of academics, athletics, the arts, or in pursuing careers, we can apply the strength and flexibility we have learned during our last 4 years. This class is special, and I will forever cherish the memories we created together at pep rallies, Friday Night Lights, crosstown rivals, homecomings, proms, stage performances, and band and choir concerts. We will all cherish the memories of our time at Jamestown High School. We made it through a once-in-a-century pandemic, so we are prepared with the spirit of 23 to meet all future challenges. What is the spirit of 23, you ask? The spirit of 23 is illustrated by Michael Jordan, who overcame challenges during his high school basketball career to wear the number 23. Our class, like Michael Jordan, can look forward to our best years after high school. Our time at Jamestown, heavily influenced by a global pandemic, is best summarized by Miley Cyrus in The Climb when she states, "There is always going to be another mountain, and we are always going to want to make it move. There is always going to be an uphill battle, but sometimes we are going to have to lose. It isn't about how fast we get there, and it isn't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb." Class of 2023, congratulations. We have officially climbed this mountain. We made it and will continue to show the world that with flexibility, the best is yet to come. President out. All right, guys, let's get ready for a Be Real. Go get your phone.
Smile, guys. Krista. Smile. All right, go.
Hello, I'm Julia Woolston, your senior class historian. In keeping with tradition, the senior class would like to present the following gifts to Jamestown High School. First, the senior class will be purchasing Jamestown t-shirts for the incoming freshman class of 2027 so that all students can display school pride. Secondly, the senior class will be providing money to improve the landscaping in the inner instructional courtyard.
Thank you to the class of 2023 and the class officers for your generous donation. You did let me jump in that B-reel. I did notice that. Now the class of 2023 will initiate the transfer of the senior class insignia to the class of 2024. Please welcome to the podium William Fuller, the president of the class of 2024.
As the outgoing president of the class of 2023, I hereby present the class of 2024 with the senior class insignia. This insignia represents the high ideals of school leadership and spirit. On behalf of the graduating seniors today, we wish our new seniors happiness and success in your senior year at Jamestown.
My name is William Fuller, the incoming president of the class of 2024. I proudly accept the senior class insignia and the many traditions and responsibilities it represents. On behalf of the class of 2024, we celebrate your legacy and look forward to creating our own exciting senior year at Jamestown.
Thank you, Reese and William. Well, good afternoon, faculty, families, and community members. In September, I stood in front of the class of 2023 and explained how exceptional this class is. I used achievement, attendance, and discipline data to support my statement, but the meeting was early in the morning and I used PowerPoint, so many of you may not remember it so well. I concluded my presentation by asking you to be careful. My last opportunity to address you, I want to remind you of that request. Everyone in this arena is battling something, an illness, misunderstanding, or even a significant loss. Be careful with your words and actions because what you do matters. I ask that you not be the person who jumps to criticize first, but rather the person who listens to understand the underlying problem. Not the person who shies away from work or the responsibilities others give, but the person who values that faith that others have presented to them. Not the person who bends to popular opinion, but the person who speaks truth even when it becomes inconvenient. Entrepreneur and billionaire Mark Zuckerberg told a host of people to break things. He reasons that forward movement necessitates the breaking of an old pattern. I do not believe that to be true. Think about some of the best old school musicians like Led Zeppelin, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Eric B. and Rakim, the Beatles, and the immortal elements of earth, wind, and fire. These artists set the standard. You see, current award-winning artists carefully build upon the excellence of the past to make their mark. When you entered the halls of Jamestown High School that early morning in August 4 years ago, you saw the faces of academic leaders, athletic champions, artists on the walls. Many of your faces now join that group. All of you joined a tradition of excellence that day. Your class is an exceptional class by any academic, artistic, or athletic measure. You have taken that tradition that was handed to you and carefully elevated it beyond excellence to make your own special mark. The world will need you to be strong, confident, and resilient as you move beyond Jamestown. As a father of 2 young people, I can attest that I use the phrase, be careful, in many different situations. And to be honest, maybe even a little too much. Though whenever I do, it comes from a place of love, caring, and hope. So I'll leave you with this. Please be careful, and let's go to work. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Honorable Superintendent, Dr. Olwen Herron, who will assist me with the awarding of diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. It is my honor and privilege to celebrate the men and women of the class of 2023. Today is your day. While this is the end of your time with WJCC schools, it is just the beginning of all that is to come. Earning your high school diploma sets you on a path for continued success in both college and the workforce. On behalf of the school board, your teachers and school leaders from elementary, middle, and high school, I offer you congratulations and wish you every success in the future. Set lofty goals, work hard, and continue to accomplish great things. It is now time to award the diplomas. Mr. Townsend, do you certify completion of the graduation requirements by the Jamestown High School class of 2023?
Superintendent Herron, I affirm to you that these seniors before us today have met the requirements for graduation in Virginia.
By the power vested in me in the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby grant certification of completion of graduation requirements to the students of the class of 2023, and I hereby authorize the issuance of diplomas. Mr. Townsend, you may proceed.
Thank you, Dr. Herron. We will now begin our distinguished presentation of graduates of Jamestown High School class of 2023. Faculty, students, and ushers, please take your places for the awarding of diplomas.
Andrew Adames. Maia Alice Adams. Ava Lauren Agee. Yassine Aode Alusri. Brian Aparicio. Juliana Chelsea Arnett. Jermaine Javon Bailey Jr. Bowman Gregor Basic. Adelon Cavalli Bass. Zoe Alexandra Bellin. Jayla Tara Bennett. Hiram Daniel Benson. Kelsey Ann Burnell. Caden Mackey Blue. Matthew Nicholas Bornshine. David Fielding Bowman. Jeffrey John Bowman. Anaya Deshae Brown. Spencer Ellis Brown. Sadie Ann Broltz. Douglas De La Vara Bunting. Kaylee Avril Burden. Carter Thomas Burrows. Caitlin Olivia Campbell. Jeremias Vladimir Carillas. Christopher John Kassab. Jacob David Champagne. Evan Chen. Caitlin Young Klein. Samuel Whitfield Coggin Jr. Lindsay Nicole Colburn. Meredith Kate Colburn. Lily Brianna Coles. Elijah Yandel Colalis. Charmarion Elijah Cotman. Ethan Michael Craig. David Kautaro Frank Crane. Riley Kathleen Kramer. Rebecca Curtis. Matthew Gabriel Daly. Lucas Fedor Davis. Monisha Lachey Davis. Elena Marie DeFelice. Aiden Patrick Deneen. Ava Abigail Dilday. Kamari Karion Dinkins. Annika Sophia Edwards. Lauren Elizabeth Elliott. Margaret Elizabeth Elliott. Jennifer Judith Estrada Guzman. Lulu Rose Ferguson. Hannah Mae Furry. Jaleisha Jeanette Fieldings. Paige Judith Fenn. Daniel Joseph Fleming. Isabella Barbara Flint. Truett Alexander Flippen. Kylie Mae Flynn. Kayla Marie Fowler. Henry Daniel Fox. Paul Carl Friedrich. Ian Scott Frigiola. Mia Isabella Fuentes. Adriana Noemi Garcia. Morgan Delaney Garcia. Diana Yolanis Garcia Carcamo. Jennifer Noelia Garcia Espinosa. Jalen David Garrett. Joshua D. Garrett. Olivia Grace Gifford. Cohen Alton Glavis. Dennison Andrew Glovier. Camden Philip Gehring. Isaac Allen Goff. Dylan Robert Gogol. Quentin Townsend Gordy. Jack Allen Graham. Connor Joanvik Green. Laney Brooks Hall. Austin David Hallett. Emily Danielle Haney. Willow Carmen Hansen. LaRon Jaquil Harden. Benjamin Andrew Hardy. Hannah Joan Harris. James Andon Harton. Brendan Thomas Hawkins. Bartholomew Joseph Hennessy IV. Vanessa Elizabeth Hernandez Tovar. Alexandra Page Hayward. Hannah Jane Holstrom. Imani Shinice Hopkins. Caden David Harrell. Alyssa Raven Horsley. Anastasia Lillian Howe. Abigail Page Howell. Christopher William Huff. Zipporah Tova Hyman. Aaron Everett James. Teague Makione Jenkins. Skylar Brooks Vonk Jensen. Preston Elliott Jeter. Samaya Luella Jewell. Jakaya LaRae Jones. Baron Kaiser Joseph II. Theodore Charles Cades. Go ahead, Theodore. Theodore, go ahead. Go ahead. Walk to Townsend. Camille Sophia Kane. Jason Hee Jun Kang. Isabel Jocelyn Cantor. David Jonathan Kelly. Stella Sophia Kirscher. Aiden Nickeldow Kiefaber. Charles Patrick Kimbrough. Shelby Marie Cleveland. Lily Caroline Knowles. Nicholas Robert Kordek. Ryan McCormick Lachine. George Tanner League. Madeline Ava Lee. Emily Elizabeth Lemke. Kaya Lee Lester. Kian Alex Loy. Emily Nicole Littriel. Eva Elaine Long. Karina Elizabeth Long. Evalina Lopez Martinez. Connor James Loy. Courtney Elizabeth Lynch. Julia Elise Lynch. Malia Adriana Mahardy. Michael Ian Mailer. Victoria Rose Marcandes. Carter James Marshall. Jack Reese Marshall. Kenyana Lachey Matthews. Namdi Edward Mbajekwe. Wesley Jaden McLean. Ainsley Grace McMahon. Julia Metcalf Meese. Lindsay Lockwood Mefford. Ryan James Meister. Quinn Edward Merkel. Casey Marie Miedema. Mackenzie Claire Miller. Octavia Madeline Miller. Parkman Cook Miller. Addison Joe Molendyke. Rebecca Grace Morris. Lewis Hamilton Moth. Joel Antonio Munoz. Ryan Matthew Nelson. Grace Nubia. Thomas Andrew Nichols. Jennifer Lynn Neidswick. Joy Thayu Jarage. Virginia Lynn Knuckles. Arturo Olvera Espinosa. Logan Grace O'Neill. Frankie Enrique Pagan Olvieres. Ishan Pranav Parikh. Brett Thomas Patterson. Luke McCready Patterson. Cassie Elise Paul. Layla Rose Paulus. Jeremiah Joseph Pearson. Lacey Julia Pettingill. Rudy Manuel Pino. Grace Michael Pitts. Danielle Joan Polson. Adam Michael Power. Abigail Elise Powers. Amber Nicole Price. Kamari Rayshawn Pryor. Julia Rose Pugh. Jophie Lynn Rayborn. Gabriel Joseph Romalo. Abigail Elizabeth Raypatch. Andrew Quentin Ray. Shelby Elizabeth Reed. Cameron Marie Rett. Michael Campbell Robitaille. Daniel Henry Robles Hinckley. Madeline Grace Rudisil. Jordan Lavelle Ruffin. Catherine Williams Ruffin. Jared Aiden Russett. Madeline Therese Ryan. Catherine Pearl Samuels. Janae Elise Sanabria. Timothy Scott Sanders. Matthew Gregory Sawyers. Maya Katie Schramm. Trinity Grace Schulze. Jacqueline May Shearer. Roderick Wilkinson Shippey. Madison Lynn Sikorsky. Kieran Nikki Singh. Ivy Lauren Slayton. Renaya Renee Smalley. Emily Claire Smith. Robert Louis Soares III. Abigail Grace Spann. Luke Oliver Spann. Aiden Michael Spalding. Emily Ruth Stafford. Nathan Brink Stamper. Jade Mabel Stanaway. Tyler Urhouse Stanhope. Christopher Douglas Starbuck. Ava Gabrielle Stalk. Chloe Jane Stefanidis. Noah Godfrey Stewart. Faith K. Stumpf. Zuray Sun. Samuel Purcell Tab III. Akira Franco Pangilinan Tunglao Aguas. Damian Tavares. Riley Louisa Tellish. Anthony DeMarcus Thomas. Sean Michael Thomas. Lucas Tonk. Peyton Rose Tremps. Jada Renee Turner. Riley Nicole Turner Shore. Nathaniel Caleb Twining. Graham Thomas Urquhart. Megan Moriarty Van Dyke. Sydney Mae Van Kirk. Austin Michael Vasco. Brady Lake Wingate Vincent. Keegan Andrew Wade. Fiz Marie Waldron. Giovanni Yvonne Walker Rosa. Hina Sophia Kuramatsu Walters. Elaine Maichi Huang. Tiancheng Huang. Camden Jeffrey Wapner. Amanda Marie Ward. Anastasia Mary Ward. Gabrielle Armani Watkins. Madison Faye Ann Weiler. Jacob Davis Weiner. Madison Elizabeth Wester. Natalie Faith Whitaker. Elena Doran Wildenberger. Caitlin Grace Williams. Jordan Diego Wilson. Lulu K. Wilson. Caitlin Riley Winklehake. Patrick Lawson Wood, Jr. Nicholas Rogers Woolston. Margaret Lynn Mulhair Yates. Emily's first. Emily Monique Allen. Sebastian Andres Cordero Muniz. David James Degaraff. India Janelle Godwin. Reese Caldwell Granger. Kendall Allison Kinsman. Madison May Lilly. Catherine Killian Miller. Gladys Elizabeth Smith. Krista Astrid Stanky. Julia Marie Woolston. Rachel Feng Yu.
Parents, families, distinguished guests, and all invited guests, on behalf of our Superintendent of Schools and the faculty and staff of Jamestown High School, I proudly present the graduated class of 2023. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. We thank you. We thank you for joining us in celebration today and wish each of you health, happiness, and success. We invite you now to witness the recession of the arena by the graduates. First, we'll dismiss from the stage, and then the graduates will leave. Please remain standing until all graduates have left, and please make sure, it is a beautiful day, that we continue the celebration. There is another graduation coming in, but please continue the graduation out further towards the convocation side of the Hampton Coliseum. With that, let's go to work.